Yo guys, how's it going? Today I'm going to be teaching you how to replace a tire on a bicycle. More specifically, in today's case, mountain bike. Sorry if I said tire, I meant inner tube, but tire won't be much harder. But today's example will be how to change an inner tube. So first, if your bike does not have a quick release, unscrew the two axle bolts. In my case, my axle bolts are let me check, 5/8 bolt. So let's get this broken loose. I'll see you guys once I've taken both of the bolts off of the axle. Okay guys, so we got the axle bolts broken free. It took quite a bit to break them free. Now, on some road cycles you won't have to do this, but simply disconnect the front brakes, so you can take your tire off without any interference. To do this, simply pull back this small rubber dust cover, push this piece in while pulling on this latch. As you can see, the little mechanism causes it to pull out easy. There we go, push that down. Brakes have been disconnected. Now we'll move on to taking off the wheel. Now we'll just simply take the rim off. Should be very, very easy. And here we go. Now, if your tire's flat enough, you should be able to squish it pretty well at the sides. Here, I'm taking the valve stem cap off of the valve stem. See, right here. And let any extra air out if there is any. As you can see, we don't have any left. Now we'll try and get this tire breaking free. You can use a screwdriver if you don't have any of these, but here I have a tire tool, which you can simply use to pry the tire. Simple. Now this is an older mountain bike tire, so it is gonna wedge a lot easier than some newer ones, so keep that in mind. If you have a newer bicycle and a newer tire, it's gonna be a lot stiffer to wedge. As you can see, this one's honestly a piece of cake. It's an older tire, as you can see. Go all the way around till you got the tire fully breaking free on one side. Now we'll just push our valve stem up, locate it at the top, simply pull it out. There we go. There's our old tube. Take note of where your old valve stem is and pull that old tube out. Got that old tube breaking free. Now we will insert the new tube. As you can see, our valve stem's right here. Here I have a new tube. And just to make life a little bit easier, as you can see right here, the dimensions are 24.150 to 2.125. So basically the first number must be correct no matter what, but anywhere in range between these two numbers will fit the tire. Sorry guys, the bike fell over, it's fine. Now we'll take that new tube out. Here it is. Rubber band. Here's our new tube and a new valve stem cap. Take the valve stem cap off and slightly pump this tube up. I'm gonna go get an air pump, and I'll be back when I have access to an air pump. Okay guys, I have an air pump here, a bicycle air pump. Now we're just gonna slightly pump the tube so it takes its general shape. Here we go. Now we're just going to pump it up slightly. As you can see, 2 pumps is plenty. And the tube has shaken its general shape. Let's compare it to the old tube. Very, very similar, which is good. Now, keep in mind, your new tubes might seem a little thinner. That's just because they haven't fully expanded out, been fully pumped up, expanded, you know, the rubber hasn't been broken in. Might want to let a little air out of this one. There we go. Just where it keeps its general shape, as you can see. Now we'll locate where the valve stem was before and the hole in the rim. So here's our rim, here's our tube. My valve stem hole is right there. I'm not sure if you can see that. So put the tube in there. Basically did the reverse of what you did earlier. And then try and get that valve stem worked in to the hole in the rim. Try and get that worked in. It might take a little time to get it, but as you can see, I got mine. Then simply pull it through by pulling it and setting the tube in place. Now we're just going to go all the way around the wheel, working this inner tube into the tire. Try not to twist the inner tube at any spots. Alright guys, got the inner tube in. Now we'll go back to the valve stem where we started originally. Keep in mind, if you did want to replace your tire, simply take the tire off and put a new one in. Make sure when you do put on the wheel though, here, I'll tell you that when we put on the wheel, guys. So our valve stem is all the way through. Our tube is all the way through and settled. Check on the other side, make sure there's no pinch. Make sure there's no spots where the tube can be pinched. Make sure the tube's not sticking out anywhere. Looks like we're good on this side. Now we'll start putting the tire back in its original position using whatever tools you got. Have some tire levers here, bicycle tire levers. Sorry about that. And then get these worked, and then start to realign the tire the best you can. Now you can't just simply shove the tire again. What you have to do is get it worked, and then put the tire on the other side of the rim. This may take a little bit of time to do, but actually this can be done by hand if you're really determined and your tire is very flexible. But once in a while it could help to use something to wedge it. Here guys, you can see my tire's loose enough to where I can do this by hand. If you want to do it by hand, simply pull it back. Here, right here is kind of stiff. So we're just going to kind of pry it onto the other side. There we go. Tire is on. Make sure we haven't pinched the tube anywhere. See, we haven't pinched the tube. It is fully seated inside the tire. Now we will simply inflate the tube. Again, both sides. Make sure we're not pinching the tube between the tire and the rim anywhere. But with the tube slightly inflated, it's way harder to have this happen. Have any pinch tubes. So here I'm going to get my air pump. Simply inflate the tire. Now inflate the tire. Don't fully inflate it, just get a little pressure going. Okay guys, tires inflated, tires inflated. Make sure we're all good. Valve stem in place. No pinching areas. Looking good. Pretty solid tire we have here. As you can see, this tire has a lot of wear to it. Solid. Now we are ready to install this back on the bicycle. Okay guys, now we're going to get the tire worked back on the forks of the bicycle. Pick up the front end. Pick up your tire. Simply slide it on, make sure your brakes aren't caught. But just keep that in mind. To help hold the rim in place, we'll simply reattach the brakes. Doing the reverse process of how we detached them. That'll help keep the rim aligned. Now we'll put our lock nuts back on. Washer, bolt, screw down very loosely. Hand tighten it. Now, other side. When tightening, you're going to want to have some weight on the front so the axle fits properly up on the forks. If you don't have anyone to help you, all you have to do is get the bike sitting straight up and down, and that should put even pressure on the forks. Honestly, you can get your old inner tube box, put it under the kickstand. You're gonna have to smash the box a little bit. That'll hold it pretty even. A little bit. One second, guys. Okay, now we'll start tightening it. Not even using it. That's not gonna work. Oh, sorry. Now we're gonna hand tighten the bolts. When the fork is even. Now tighten. Tighten one side. Tighten the other a little more. Tighten the other. Tighten the other. I find no need to put any Loctite on or thread locker. Now we're just gonna put the valve stem cap on. If our tire is fully inflated, I'd recommend inflating it a little more, but this one seems to be pretty good. And that is it. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Please subscribe. I am doing a restoration build on my other bicycle, which I'll probably end up uploading this video first because I'm gonna finish this one first. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Oh, that happened.